I see that sweaters were in the wardrobe choice today. Mine's a full zip. Yours is a half zip.
Yeah,
And
I'd say it's a quarter zip.
Quarter zip.
Quarter zip. Yours is a full zip?
Full zip.
You got the Columbia brand there. And I went Patagonia.
Oh, the Patagonia. Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Only the finest of wool. All right. Well, we've got a busy show here today. Thank you for all of you that are joining us, not only on the radio, but also on our live stream on our Facebook, YouTube, and X. Today's going to be a cloudy day. I think it is sweater weather because it's cloudy, 80% chance for some rain and storms, high of 55. Later tonight, we're looking at some more clouds and an 80% chance of a wintry mix of rain and snow, which we like to call snain.
Yes.
Low down to 34 with wind gusts up to 30 miles per hour. So you got that going for you. We also got a lot of other things going on, like what's happening in the news.
Yep.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are the local stories we're following for you today. Lincoln Township has filed a lawsuit against St. Joseph Township over the use of the Maiden Lane sewer line. The line, built by St. Joseph Township in 1974, has been used by parts of Lincoln Township, but an agreement between the two over the matter ended last year. They haven't struck a new agreement. St. Joseph Township started charging Lincoln Township about $16,000 per month to use the line. Lincoln has not paid that bill, and they're now suing in Berrien County Circuit Court, alleging the cost is too high and that it lacks transparency. A statement from St. Joseph Township tells us, sadly, Lincoln failed to abide by the terms of the agreement. For the ensuing 50 years, Lincoln has not paid a single penny for the costs of operating, maintaining, administrating, or repairing the Maiden Lane line, despite enjoying the significant capacity. So there's a sewer argument going on between those two localities, Lincoln Township and St. Joseph Township.
Wonder how they'll resolve that.
Well, St. Joseph is confident in its legal position that Lincoln will ultimately be required to pay its fair share for both the past and future use of the Maiden Lane sewer line. We did reach out to Lincoln Township's attorney. We did not receive a call back as of yesterday afternoon.
I want him to resolve it with rock, paper, scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors. Might be more expensive than that.
Yeah. Coin flip?
In other news, the Van Buren County MSU Extension Office is planning a series of workshops for government officials around Southwest Michigan to understand housing issues. MSU Extension Government Vitality Educator Tyler Oakst tells us that there's a housing shortage all across the state.
There is definite housing challenges in both our region and the state. So state of Michigan through the MISHDA does a statewide housing plan that kicked off recently because of our current situation.
Oakes says he's teaming up with the Southwest Michigan Regional Housing Partnership to talk with officials about how they can create policies that attract housing developers.
Really, they're workshops that are meant to introduce our current housing situation here in Michigan and then provide some strategies that communities can use to sort of think about their own housing situations and then work to plan for housing.
Building a foundation for attainable housing workshops will be held in Lawrence, Coldwater, and Kalamazoo. Ox says they'll each be from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. for housing issues to be explored. All land use decision makers, as he calls them, are invited to attend. We have registration information at our website, WSJM.com. So far, 3 Berrien County commissioners have announced that they're seeking re-election this year. Speaking to colleagues last week, Board Chair Mac Elliott says he's ready to give it another go.
I am going to run again and look forward to working with all of you come January. Hopefully we'll all be sitting here, but I'm going to do it.
Also announcing for re-election, Commissioners Bob Harrison and Chokwe Pitchford. Harrison, the former president of Lake Michigan College, says he's proud of the development going on in Berrien County, and he believes he's added value and leadership. Pitchford says during his first term, Orchard Mall paid up $350,000 in back taxes, and he looks forward to continued economic development, including securing a multi-billion-dollar data center for the area. Pitchford represents the Benton Harbor area, Harrison represents the Stevensville area, and Elliott represents Buchanan and Three Oaks. And finally, it's time to go fishing.
Oh, yeah.
Michigan's 2024 fishing season has officially got underway. Michigan Department of Natural Resources fisheries biologist Christian Lesage tells us that licenses are now available and the new fishing regulations have been released. He says the DNR sold more than 1 million fishing licenses last year.
We have world-class fishing opportunities. We have the Great Lakes. 4 of the 5 Great Lakes are here. We have all kinds of trout and salmon fishing. We have walleye fishing. We have lake sturgeon. We have muskie fishing, world-class walleye, world-class smallmouth bass.
You can buy a fishing license for $26 at many retailers that sell sporting goods. You can also get them online. Do know that if you're under 17 years of age, you don't need a fishing license. He urges anglers, however, to get the DNR Hunt and Fish app,
which is really helpful. It also has the digital information for hunting digests and fishing information, the regulations. So it's really very useful.
Now, you know that fishing is pretty much open all year round, but you got to get the new fishing license because it starts on April 1 yesterday, and then it goes through March 31st. And for that $26, getting a year's worth of fishing, Lesage says that's a really good deal.
That is a good deal.
Yeah, anglers are also reminded to take steps to prevent the spread of invasive species by making sure fishing gear and boats are cleaned out before moving from area to area, because that's how all that stuff gets transferred. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
And we'll bring them all to Ken's house to clean them.
No, unless you bring the fish.
Yeah, listen. Yeah,
and then take the guts when you leave.
Yeah. You set a table out, get it all nasty. But hey, if there's a fish fry happening, sign me up.
Yep.
We'll get to sports here in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
ABC News, I'm Sherry.
Man, oh man! I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. That's what Daniel says. Here we go.
Here we go.
Good morning, Bill. Good morning, Jeff. Jeff, if I recall, still in Mexico?
Hey, Jeff.
Question mark. I remember him saying he was leaving at some point, about a week or so. He was going to be there.
Working remote.
Nice. No international charges on the internet. No cost to you on that. You just wherever you can find the Wi-Fi.
All right.
I just put the frozen pond.
I did.
If you're interested.
I did.
500 pieces of Gordie Howe memorabilia.
I'm already stuck on the website because I didn't even think about this, but pucks. There's all kinds of pucks you can get.
Oh, nice. Autographed
pucks, regular pucks, ceremonial pucks.
Very cool.
And now I'm stuck on there because they also have other sports. Hockey is their first one, but they have a bunch of other sports. Baseball.
So they're an auction house.
Yep.
But they started
memorabilia.
They started as, of course, hockey with the name Frozen Pond. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What other kind of cool? Is it mainly in the Detroit area, or do they spread across all over the place?
Well, let's see. Let's look at the autographed pro jerseys.
Ooh.
You got everything. Yeah.
Because I would love a Bill Lambier autographed jersey.
Let's see.
Great power forward center from the Bad Boys era of the Detroit Pistons.
Got Yvonne Lambert. Is that close enough?
Sure.
Okay, he's with the Montreal Canadiens.
Yeah, close enough.
They do have all the other sports. Ooh, they even have combat sports. What in the world is that? Oh, they've got boxing.
Combat sports?
Why do they call that a combat sport? I mean, when you get MMA or something like that, I could see it being a combat or ultimate fighting champion.
Oh, nice.
You looking at this stuff?
No, I'm looking at Jeff's comment. He's going to a baseball game tonight. The Mexico Diablos, which I've heard of, and I've heard they're good. So that'll be fun.
Ooh, here's a Dale Earnhardt car Funko Pop. $37.
Okay. $37. All right. Sign me up.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like fun. So
good morning, Teresa.
Jeff.
Yep.
If you're going to the Diablos baseball game, the all-American pastime is baseball.
Yeah.
And we have hot dogs. In Mexico, What are they serving at the concession stands?
Ooh, oh man, I bet Mexico baseball concession stand is probably the best.
I want to know. And what's the go-to beer there as well?
Oh yeah. Oh, those are great questions.
Jeff, you got anything?
I mean, I guess he's going to have to give us a progress report afterwards.
Yeah.
Because unless
he may know about the beer situation already.
Yeah, unless he's been to a game before that. No, that's a good question. And really, if you think about any of those international, I mean, I've always wanted to, because I know that in Japan, baseball is huge over there. I would love to go to Japan to check out a baseball game.
Yeah. What's he say?
He says he's going to report back tomorrow.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Fantastic.
Looking forward to that. Also looking forward to chatting with the folks of the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Sarah checking in with us on all the great things that are going on.
Nice.
Make sure we got all that ready to go. And then Congressman Wahlberg.
Yes.
Of that chat. So busy show today, folks.
He was in Niles yesterday. I talked to him while he was in his Niles office.
Oh.
So doing more constituent meetings. I tried to kid him a little bit. It's like, you're on district break. And you're making national news all of a sudden for your comments. But how's your staff feel about that?
Oh. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Looking forward to that report, Jeff. And pictures. Pictures would be great as well.
Oh,
Feel free to post them on your Facebook, and we'll check them out. Or if you want to send those to us, we would love that.
And then, did you hear about the new cannabis competition in Michigan?
Oh no, I'll have to hear more about that in a moment.
Okay,
let's check. Hold that thought. Let's check on the weather, and then talk with the chamber.
Okay.
Winds. Highs in the low to mid 50s. Rain continues through the night, lows mid 30s. Chilly tomorrow, struggling to reach 40 with a rain-snow mix. We could see very light accumulations, no travel impacts. Staying cool Thursday, highs low 40s with a mix. Spring will return entering the weekend. I'm WSB 22 meteorologist Jessica Burns.
It's the morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
Time to check in with our friends with the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber. Sarah joining us. Sarah, you guys are keeping busy all the time with so many cool things going on. And I don't think there's an off season for you guys, really, is there?
What's an off season, Jonny? I don't know what you speak of.
But it's a good thing because you guys are not only supporting businesses but on a regular basis, but you are also doing quite a lot of events. And it seems like that events calendar at smrchamber.com is quite full with a lot of different things. So what are some things we should know about?
Well, first off, I have to say, keep checking that events calendar because there's a few things that we don't have fully solid in place that we will be adding moving forward. But a couple of things coming up. First one is going to be our Next Gen April networking opportunity, which happens on Wednesday, April 10th. Now, Next Gen is taking the lead on this, but it's actually open to everyone because it's the hole-in-one contest with the 2024 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship happening at Pipestone Indoor Country Club. And Jonny, this is going to be an awesome opportunity to win some fun and fabulous prizes. You've got a KitchenAid cooler, wine cooler, I should say, that's going to be the grand prize for actually getting a hole-in-one. And it is the iconic Pebble Beach Par 3 that you will be playing on. It's a hole number 7, which is everyone who knows golf loves that course and loves that hole. So it's a chance to go virtual, to play there, to win. They've got another amazing opportunity for you to score some tickets to the Makers Trail 19th hole, as well as the final 2024 KitchenAid Senior PGA Championship as it returns for its historic and last year here in Southwest Michigan to Harbor Shores. They'll have makers. The Makers Trail 19th hole participants will be there, and it's just going to be a fun day. So that'll get started at 4:30, run until about 7:30. If you do want to participate, we do encourage you to get signed up and to get there early. So you can get all the details by heading to our website, smrchamber.com. But like I said, it's open to the young professionals, the 21 to 40-ish, plus the over 40 crowd to attend this one.
Nice. So that hole-in-one competition, that's going to be happening. But then also Next Gen also involved in some stuff when the Senior PGA does come to town when we
Yeah.
get close to Memorial Day weekend. So what's that event?
Yeah, so that'll be Wednesday of championship week. So that'll be the 22nd, and that's going to be their community activation day for the senior PGA. So they've got a lot of really cool, fun community things happening all day. And we'll be doing a next-gen mixer at the Livery that will lead right up until the start of the concert at the Dwight P. Mitchell City Center Park. So that's going to be a cool chance to connect not only with your fellow next-gen members, but here in St. Joe Benton Harbor and Berrien County, but we're inviting in the young professionals from South Haven and Kalamazoo and South Bend. So it's an opportunity to broaden your network and also just the general members of the community, and then head over for a fantastic concert later that night.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's going to be a great time. Looking forward to both of those events. Some other things. Do you want to stay on the golf theme and talk about some other golf-related things you guys have
Let's
going
do
on?
it. We've got a lot of golf coming up. So, of course, we're really excited for the senior PGA to be returning, as we've talked about. But then we have our own golf outing. So as soon as senior PGA wraps up, that following Friday, May 31st, we have our second annual Wine and Nine ladies exclusive golf outing at Pipestone Creek in Eau Claire. And we are getting pretty close to sold out. Actually, probably need to check some numbers because we may be sold out on teams right now, but looking for sponsors. So if you want an opportunity to be in front of 18 teams, 18 foursomes of women, so that's 72 teams if I did my math correctly, and you want to have direct opportunities to connect and chat with them, this is a great opportunity for you to do exactly that. We've got a fun-filled day planned, includes an hour-long golf clinic, 9 holes out on the golf course, and then, of course, a delicious taco bar meal because, well, who doesn't love tacos? I love them. I know multiple of my girlfriends love them, so thought that was a very fitting way. Plus, also, I mean, we've got wine, we've got all the other opportunities and fun things planned for that day. So details, again, available at our website, smrchamber.com.
And that's how we reach out to you guys if we are interested in being a sponsor. We just say, hey, this sounds like the right thing for me.
Yeah, you can get actually information on Wine and Nine. If there is availability to register for a team or a player, or sponsorship information, you can get it for Wine and Nine, plus also our 64th annual golf outing that happens in July. So both of those are available on our website. You can also get more information about other events that are happening, how to become a member, if you are a member, what your benefits are, and or how to connect with Arthur, Jasmine, or myself.
Fantastic. Other things you guys have coming up? I know, I'm sure the scissors, the large scissors, are nice and sharp. I saw them in action the other day on video. They look like they're real nice and doing really well. So that scissor sharpening guy, he does a great job. He's the best in Southwest Michigan. You guys going to be using those again soon?
We are coming up on April 18th. We will be using them for the Woods Fitness Park. That's in Benton Township off of Dewey Avenue there. If you haven't been there, really cool outdoor facility. They've got a 3-mile trail for you to take and just head out and walk or run or take your dog out and explore. Plus, they've got an obstacle course. So it's like a big outdoor fun land. They've got 60 different obstacles of varying degrees of difficulty. Anything from a beginner to an experienced obstacle course Spartan racer will definitely enjoy this. But even families, too, can find some fun in the obstacles that they have out there. So we'll be doing that. It'll be a combo of a ribbon cutting and a business after hours. That'll happen on Thursday, April 18th at 5 o'clock. And we'll actually be cutting the ribbon for the pavilion, the brand new pavilion that they put up. It's about 1,500 square feet. Should accommodate about 100 people at tables. They do have picnic tables available. They even have a grill where you can grill out. So you can actually have a party there, do some team bonding, some team building, corporate events, and so forth. So we're definitely really excited for that. We may have another ribbon cutting on the 18th. I just can't quite talk about it yet, Johnny. So you're going to have to keep checking the website.
All right.
And then, of course, later on in April, we've got the Toast Street Park ribbon cutting for their brand new playground equipment. Over $300,000 in playground equipment that went into that revamping at Toast Street in Bridgman. So we'll be doing that at the end of April. And that was all courtesy of private grant and private dollars donated, especially. But specifically three additional grants, I guess I should say, one from the DNR and then a large one from the AEP Foundation. So very thankful for them. And we're definitely going to be getting some more use out of those scissors, Johnny. So
I love it.
I hope you don't have any big plans for your scissors to get sharpened? Because I think we're going to keep him pretty busy.
No, once I get the Easter egg things cut out, I have considered using the scissors for trimming the bushes and things in the garden, but the sharpening
because
guy,
he's got sap. And
Yeah.
then, I mean,
He-
is it worth it? Is it worth it?
yeah, he frowns upon that. He says don't use it for that. So I actually have small scissors for that, small regular size scissors for doing that.
Okay.
So yeah, I always make
Or
things.
you could actually, I don't know, go to like the home store and get some.
No.
Shrubs. I'm just saying.
No, these are
okay.
the finest of shears, and I only use the best. So these are great. And like I'm looking at the calendar right now, it is full. Those are just a few of the things that we touched on. There's a ton of really cool things that you guys are doing to not only keep you guys busy, but also people in the community as well. Where do we go to find all this stuff?
Well, you can head to any of our social media channels. So just search SMR Chamber on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and X, or you can head to our website, smrchamber.com.
Sarah, as always, great to talk with you, and thanks for catching us up on all the cool things happening at the Southwest Michigan Regional Chamber.
Yeah. Thanks, Johnny. I'll talk to you in a couple of weeks.
Loan rates are trending downward. Are you ready to make your move? Sturgis Bank's.
All right, hang on.
Hello.
Hang on. There we go.
Just looking at my brackets here, and I'm looking at the women's now. I haven't updated it yet, but I am saying a lot of darn it.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was saying darn it yesterday when I was trying to find the basketball game. Get so confused with where things are, especially during March Madness, because it's not just one network that is dealing with it. It's everything from ESPN to TBS to True TV to this and that and the other. And so it's hard to find, especially if you're not a person that has cable. If you're a cord cutter like me and you've got a million apps that you're running it off of, it's hard to find that stuff. So
do you think, I wonder where we are on the cord cutting? Because I want to say that we should probably retire cord cutting and make the minority the cord seeking.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's so many people that are like, yeah, I cut the cord to avoid paying, $100 a month for cable, and you're pretty much paying that with all the different apps that you've got. The little $5 here, $5 there, $10 there.
Yeah,
ends up going up.
According to this report I'm looking at from Statista, the share of households without a telephone company, a cable, or a satellite TV provider, the cord cutters, 53%, and that's in 2022, so 2 years ago.
Wow.
That was up 47% from the year prior. So as of 2022, that's when the revolution really took place. We cut the cords. Everyone cut them. The forecast suggests that it'll be about 75% who have no cable.
Wow.
Or satellite TV or telco.
It's kind of the same as when people decided to cut the cord for phones.
Right.
And said, I don't need a home phone.
Yeah, and there's still people out there. It's like, oh, I need that hard line. Got to have that hard line.
Yeah.
Like what for? Well, I don't know.
Yeah, when I got my new house.
Just in case.
When I got my new house, I went around and, because all of it was really old infrastructure, I went around and got rid of all the little ports for phone lines.
Right.
Because I had like 6 of them in my house. I'm like, I don't need that. And when I do need that, I'll just reinstall it because with new stuff, because all this stuff is old. So, yeah.
And the telephone wires, bless them, they're the most fragile things ever. You nick a wire and it's done.
Yeah.
You just nick the wire.
You move, or you're somewhere and you move the wire somewhere. Yep.
Yeah.
Or it breaks and you're like, oh, great. Now I got to rerun the line. So, yeah, I just figured get rid of the whole thing.
Yeah.
All right. I've got news coming up here in just a moment. Chat with Congressman Wahlberg. That will be coming up as well. So busy show today. Let's get back to it right now.
Morning show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. Just about 7:30 today. We're looking at some rain and some wind and some just nasty weather for the next few days. High of 55. We're looking at 10 to 20 miles per hour wind gusts. looks like 30 miles an hour tonight, and an 80% chance for a wintry mix of rain and snow, also known as snain.
Still looking for the snow.
Yeah.
It was chilly this morning.
Last night we let the dog out and just looking up, like, is that rain or is that snow?
Yeah.
It kind of was that wintry mix like they're talking about. Yeah, it was chilly. Like I got up this morning and thought, I think I'm gonna have to go sweater. I don't think long sleeve shirt's gonna do it. So I went with the sweater, and you did as well.
I did.
You got the quarter zip. I've got the full zip.
Yep.
We are representing. I feel like we're about to go on a hike because we're like wearing like a hike kind of gear.
I almost put my hiking pants on today.
The ones that zip off into shorts.
Yeah.
For just in case.
Yeah. That I've never zipped off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've never zipped them off?
I think not.
I think once you zip them off, you can't zip them back on.
They're very difficult. I have done it. It is possible, but it takes a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah.
And then you lose one of the you lose the bottom.
If you lose a leg, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not so good. They need to redo that design.
Although it might be a new look. You see some of the athletes, they wear like the one leg, it's fully covered by the spandex, and the other leg is open.
I saw that last night when I was checking out highlights for the LSU Iowa game. Angel Reese, who's fantastic basketball player, she has the shorts on, but she's got the one full spandex leg thing. I don't know what
is that a support thing? Is that a medical thing, or is that fashion?
To me, I think a little bit of everything. I think it was a little bit of protection. Maybe that's like the leg she slides on a lot when she hits the floor.
When you steal bases in
when
basketball.
She steals bases, exactly. Yeah, like
sports ball.
Yeah, sports ball. That's like a lot of softball players will do that. They'll wear the shorts and then they'll wear like basketball. You wear the shorts and the jersey. But I think mainly it's a fashion thing. It seems like a fashion thing to me.
Right.
But yeah, she was doing that, and I was like, yeah, not really sure why, but cool. All right, let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the local headlines we're covering for you today. Police are looking for a suspect who smashed the gun case at Dunham's Sports in Benton Township this Sunday. The Berrien County Sheriff's Department says the suspect went into the store around 10 in the morning and made his way toward the gun display. He put on a mask and apparently broke the glass to get at the handguns. Store staff noticed and began responding quickly. The suspect ran off without any guns, we're told. Anyone with information on that person's identity, however, asked to contact the Berrien County Sheriff's Department. Recall that it was just in November of 2023, 2 men held the Dunham store manager hostage while they stole more than 120 guns. Police later recovered all but one of those firearms. Those 2 suspects were arrested and charged. They're still being held, and if convicted in that case, they face up to life in prison. Wow. Benton Harbor has a new city manager. In a surprise announcement yesterday, Mayor Marcus Muhammad shared that Ellis Mitchell and the city have mutually and respectfully parted ways. Alex Little is now the interim city manager of Benton Harbor. We'll tell you more about that and some of the concerns that some city commissioners have about that appointment. Also, there will be a water shutoff in parts of St. Joseph today as part of the ongoing Upton Drive reconstruction project. So if you're in that area, the St. Joe Department of Public Works says it'll be there from 2 to 6 p.m. That's Upton Drive. Affected customers will include Whirlpool Corporation, Anderson Builders, potentially some of the surrounding area. We'll have more on that coming up at 8 o'clock as well. In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Been a fun project.
Yes.
A lot of fun construction projects that have been going on around our area. So love that. So now do you just take the afternoon off then? I mean, like, are they going to...
If they have no water, I don't know, maybe bring a water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
To work.
Stock up.
I mean, if they're testing washing machines, that would be kind of hectic, wouldn't it?
Right. I was going to say, like, they probably need some water for some of the things they're doing.
Yeah.
All right. We'll catch up with sports in just a moment. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the state.
The Michigan News Network.
Jeff commenting on your... So that's an understatement, Ken. You lose a leg, that's a problem. as you said when you were talking about
he
the
picked
pants.
up on that.
Yep.
That's good.
Diane says, ugly weather, stay dry. Yeah, it's nasty.
We were driving my mom around on Easter, and we made our way to Warren Dunes. Just through, just to spin through the parking lot, take a look at the dune, and say, "Oh yeah, that'd be fun to climb, wouldn't it?" Okay, let's go.
It is fun to climb.
It is fun to climb. Yeah. It's pretty cool. But it wasn't the day for it.
No.
Sunday. But we did see at least 4 people with kites in the parking lot.
Really?
Yeah. Did you ever get a kite as an Easter gift?
I'm trying to think. I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I know I had a kite at one point.
Right.
And I don't remember if I got it for Easter though.
We used to get kites. Stephanie reminded me that it's a popular Easter gift.
Mm-hmm.
I think anytime you get into March, you get the wind blowing. It's great kite flying weather.
Yeah.
So regular kites, the triangle kites were very popular.
Mm-hmm.
And then one year we got these fancy balsa wood kites that were in the shape of the old World War II biplanes.
Nice.
Yeah. Those were so cool looking.
Mm-hmm.
Never found out how they went together because the German Shepherd dog that we had
chewed it up.
Yeah,
it really doesn't help with the aerodynamics when it has
the instructions,
teeth marks.
The aerodynamics, so the parts list. It's like, oh, do I have everything? I don't know.
I've lucked out over the years of not having a dog that chews on things.
Really?
Yeah.
You must be good about giving attention to dogs, because
I do give a lot of attention to dogs, of course, but no, a lot of our dogs that we had over the years were either not quite outside dogs. We had like a barn or an area for them to go and sleep in, so they weren't house dogs, so they didn't get into like our shoes and things. And if we had any kind of things that it could chew on, it was fine in the barn. But so I've lucked out not having the dogs that chew up shoes. It frustrates me so much when a dog, like my sister-in-law's dog, will come to our house. He won't chew on my shoe, but he will pick up my shoe and then take it in the yard, and he'll just carry it. And and the reason he does it is because he wants you to chase him.
Yeah,
and it's like, come on, dude, give me my shoe. Like, nope, I'm gonna run around.
Russell has not done that with shoes, but he does that with socks. And it's a benefit for me, because he'll pick up a sock and say, "Oh, it's so good to see you. I'm going to take this out here, chase me, whatever," and then drop the sock and forget about it and do something else. So anytime I leave my socks laying around, oh yeah, Russell did it.
Yep.
Yeah, Stephanie has no idea. That's what happens.
Yep. Now she does. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't eat them though.
No, thank goodness.
That's good.
Her prior dog did. It was it ate everything.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yellow lab.
Yeah, the dogs that eat everything. It's like, really? You ate that? That has no food qualities of any kind. It doesn't smell good.
Yeah. It's like a garbage disposal.
Yeah. Like, really? Now, or they tear. No. They won't chew. They chew on the sock enough to where it rips a hole in it. It's like, so you got a bunch of one socks. Yeah.
Yep.
But we love them.
We do.
By the way, how's your dog's limp?
It was good again yesterday. And then this morning I noticed he was favoring it a little bit. So I think it's getting better.
Okay.
I think it's getting
nothing,
better.
no cuts or anything, no issues.
I mean, we looked at one of the nails because he has this weird nail.
The
I
weird
told you,
straight nail thing.
And that one looked okay, but the one next to it just looked a little bit. I don't know if jagged is the right word, but just looked like it was. So I assume it was his little nail, his manicure. Is that a pedicure?
That's a good question. I feel like it would be a pet pedicure.
Dogacure?
Dogacure, yeah.
What's
I would
Diane
call
say?
it a pedicure. I would call it a pedicure.
Hey Diane, good morning.
She says, offer a toy or a treat in trade for the socks and shoes.
Good idea. Yeah.
That could
encourage the behavior. It's like, you got my shoe, here's a treat.
I've tried that with my sister-in-law's dog, Chip, and he does not like it.
No?
No. You like hold a treat and he's just like,
no.
Nah. So what I do is I plug his nose. I just put my fingers in his nostrils or plug his nose, and he'll go, okay, I'll give it up now.
For those of you interested in the marijuana industry,
Oh yeah, what'd you say? There's a competition or something going on?
best in grass.
Best in grass.
Instead of best in class, they're looking for the best in grass.
All right.
Yeah, it's a new cannabis competition coming to Michigan. It's giving out the best in grass folks are giving out free judging kits to see who has the best weed in the Mitten State. I give them an A for creativity, but oh my goodness, that's just, Michigan has one of the most profitable recreational marijuana industries in the United
I
States
agree.
right now.
Yeah.
And they're projected. So last year, what are the $3.06 billion
Wow.
in Michigan.
Yeah, because we weren't even in the first state to do it. I mean, but
No,
all those companies, especially Colorado and all these other states that have been successful, they are coming right here.
By the end of this year, they say that we're projected to do $3.5 billion. And again, all the localities that have opted in, they receive some tax receipts. Now, again, we'll have to take a look and see, is it worth it? Is it doing what they thought it was going to do?
Right. Yeah, that was one question that was raised by, of course, I love the town chatters and Facebook pages of different regions, and one person was a little miffed about the amount, not the fact that there were ones coming to I think it was New Buffalo, but they were like, I'm not upset with the what's coming because it's good for business, but it was the amount. And it was the amount that were approved.
Oh, the number of stores.
Yeah, the number of stores.
Yep.
It's like, yeah, I could see that. And then if you think about too, and I think a lot of towns, especially even the ones that have marijuana companies in our area, that the competition between them, when you have like 4, 5 or more, it's is that good for business? You think about it, it'd be like in any industry. Like, would it make sense for a convenience store gas station to have 7 of them right in line?
Yeah.
Which one are you going to choose?
Yeah. Yeah. So there's definitely a line there. So the competition is good.
Yeah. So where can I pick up this grass?
Where can I pick up this grass?
Yeah. Where's this best in grass thing? These sample things.
Let me take a look here. The best in grass is co-founder Mark Kasnek. Best in grass judging kits can be picked up starting April 6th, and you have to get them, it looks like, online. Yeah, they're available on the competition's website. And it's funny because I do have the official site, and I'll throw it in the comments, but I went to look for the official site to find out where people could go. And you type in best of grass, Michigan, what comes up?
Probably
a ton of grass seed.
Grass seed.
Yeah, lawns. So it's like,
now you're going to get ads all over the place for lawn care.
Yeah, it's pretty funny. But coming up, we've got the interview with Congressman Wahlberg.
Yeah, in less than about a minute.
Okay,
about 1 minute from now, we will have that for you.
Then at some point, I want to talk about this dating app thing that went bad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that
too.
Some
money issues there.
All right. This ready to roll here. And then that. All right. Here we go. It's like flying a plane here. A lot of instruments, a lot of buttons everywhere. And sometimes we crash.
Oh, don't say that.
Wait, sometimes we don't try to crash.
So this is a conversation. The behind the scenes is this is a conversation we recorded yesterday afternoon. He was available in the afternoon.
Right. We were going to do it live, but you had done a test and he was already ready, and it was like, well, why not just knock it out right now?
As long as you're here, let's record this and go. So for the keen watcher, you'll see I'm still wearing yesterday's morning.
Oh, yesterday's clothes. Okay. All right. Yeah. And you're in a totally different place.
Yeah, that too.
Transported to the bunker.
Yeah.
What do you call that thing? What do you call your little studio
booth
thing? Just
yeah.
the sound booth?
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't have a cool name?
Booth. No, I could name it.
The phone booth.
I could do that. Do you want me to intro this?
Yes, you will do that here.
Okay.
Hang on.
Morning show with Jonny and Ken on 94.9 WSJM.
And you can be part of the show anytime. You can call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. You can cough in my general direction.
No, I'm just clearing my throat. I used my cough pocket.
You didn't use the cough button.
I did. Cough button. Oh, the button.
Oh yeah.
Here.
Yeah. So we have there you go. There you go. We have a little button. And that is the first question that people ask every time they come into the studios is they will look at that little red button that says, what is it? Just says cough on it, right?
Yeah, it does. It says cough.
Yeah.
Just
They're
a little
like,
red button.
what does that button do? And I was like, well, it's if you ever need to cough. Sometimes I like to have fun and just say, actually, if you ever hit that button, it's just some random sound of someone going, wouldn't that be funny?
Or that would be funny. Or it just makes you cough. You just push the button.
Oh yeah, that wouldn't be good. But it would be funny if all of a sudden it's just a random loop of different coughs. But anyways, you had a conversation with Congressman Wahlberg yesterday.
We did. As a matter of fact, yesterday afternoon, he was available to talk a little bit more about what he said during some town hall meetings in the district recently, in the 5th Congressional District. Congressman Tim Wahlberg addressing the issue in Gaza. So we decided to walk through that entire thing with him. And so here is that interview. And joining us for the morning show is Congressman Tim Wahlberg. Congressman, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Ken, good to be with you.
So we see House was in recess, and that's really just a work period. So you came back to the district, and you were holding town hall meetings, and all of a sudden you wind up in the national news talking about Gaza. What happened?
Well, we answered questions truthfully, and there just happened to be two partisan Democrat Party officials in the crowd. We knew both of them, and they were filming, or at least videotaping, and ended up sending out our responses in an edited fashion, but sent it out anyway, trying to cause a turmoil, which they have done. And thankfully, as now people are talking to me and ask what actually was the situation, what did I say? What was the response of the people there? I think the story is rapidly changing.
Yeah, so maybe for those who haven't heard the story yet or don't understand what happened, you were asked about, well, you tell me, what were you asked about? Because it was just an edited clip of the video that we saw.
Yeah, I was asked about what I thought of the building of the port, the floating port that President Biden instituted. And I said I was opposed to it. I don't want our soldiers put in harm's way. It's not our war. We are certainly a great ally of Israel, and Israel is our greatest ally in the Middle East, maybe in the world. And so we ought to be concerned, we ought to be supportive, but I don't think we need boots on the ground or boots on a platform in the water either, because ultimately it's the same thing, boots on the ground. So that was my response to that. They pushed it further and wanted to know what I intended to do about Gaza. And I said, listen, let's remember who started the war. And so we talked about that fact, that it was started by Hamas. Israel has to defeat Hamas. Gaza, the Palestinians are not going to be safe in their own areas if we don't defeat Hamas. They're unwilling to push back, which they ought to do at Hamas, and in fact help the Israelis to locate them so they could wipe them out. Because I don't think that region is ever going to be safe unless we get those terrorist groups out, because they not only hurt the good people of Israel, which, remember, on October 7th, they started it all. They broke the ceasefire that had been in place. They horrifically murdered, raped, abused, kidnapped Israeli, and, oh, by the way, some American citizens as well, who are still in captivity, and have continued it on using Gazans, Palestinians as human shields up to this very day. So we have to crush them. And I said, I don't believe in our support that we give from the United States to Israel should be humanitarian assistance any further until we give the necessary military assistance to wipe out. And this is where I got into trouble, assuming certainly the people in my room understood it. All of them seemed to understand it very clearly what I said. But I said, we need to finish this as quickly as possible, like what took place in Hiroshima and Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That was I guess the opportunity for the Democrats to push that I was calling for nuking Gaza. In fact, they said, you mean we ought to nuke them? I said, no, I'm not saying that. We need to finish it quickly, just like we ought to do in Ukraine as well. Get it over, then we can do humanitarian assistance, but not until then. Let's finish the war. Ultimately, we'll save lives. I had assumed, and I think I assumed rightly, the people listening to me in that room understood that dropping the bomb on Nagasaki and Hiroshima ended the war quickly. And in fact, Japanese will tell you, and I've had Japanese tell me that it saved thousands upon thousands of their lives as well. So that was the only purpose. But now they made it that this member of Congress wants to drop a nuclear bomb on Gaza, though they don't mention that. I guess if they believe that's the case, it ought to be on Ukraine as well, or Russia, which is absurd to think. But it was an opportunity to engage the willing media out there to try to make a point that Republicans are off base and are just warmongers that don't care about people. I care about people. I think my record proves that. And in the end, if we end these wars quickly, we can get down to restoring, just like we did in Japan. We came in, we rebuilt Japan. They become one of our best partners. The same could be in this case, but Hamas has to be wiped off the face of this earth as quickly as possible.
So, Congressman, accurate to say you're not calling for the use of nuclear weapons?
No.
Okay.
I don't think anyone is as nuts as that with the amount of nuclear weapons around. And remember, Iran is behind all of this. Iran wants Israel wiped off the earth, and they want us wiped off the earth as well. Iran has called us the big Satan, and they've called Israel little Satan. They want to destroy both of us, take us off the face of the earth. No, I'm not calling for nuking, but I am calling for supporting our ally to defeat Hamas as quickly as possible, because then and only then can Gazans, Palestinians, the West Bank begin to rebuild their lives, because Hamas will not allow them to do that.
And there's been a lot of vacillating from the administration from October 7th till now on where they stand as far as Israel and its right to defend itself. How can this conflict end quickly?
Well, I think making sure that Israel has resources, and we don't get into what the UN has attempted to do to call for a unlimited ceasefire. I mean, the United Nations, this is a group with UNRWA, their relief humanitarian organization, that we found was using our resources, our money, and giving it to Hamas. So last week we took any funding out from UNRWA, but I think it indicates where the UN is at. They're not on the side of the good guy. They never have been. I don't think they will be. So I think we need to resource Israel, our great friend and ally, to complete their devastation of Hamas. If they can do that. I mean, even recently this weekend, still, they made sure they didn't blow up a hospital where Hamas operatives were, but they took the Hamas operatives out. They're doing the best they can. War is hell. But the longer we extend it, the more devastation there will be there, the more human suffering, the more Palestinians, innocent Palestinians, will be hurt, killed, or sent into a future with no hope. But the only way we find the ability to fix and repair and provide true humanitarian assistance is if we defeat the enemy and defeat them as quickly as possible. So in Ukraine, in Israel, that has to be done. And in this case, Hamas has to be wiped out.
And joining us for the morning show is Congressman Tim Walberg. Congressman, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it.
Ken, good to be with you.
There we go. Sorry.
You got it?
I had it on loop.
Oh, boy. The rocket ship is tilting.
Sorry.
That's okay. So what that was, as you just saw, was a recorded interview we had yesterday afternoon with Congressman Tim Walberg, talking all about how his comments came out about Gaza.
Yeah.
So interesting and timely, because you see, I mean, it doesn't stop heating up in that area. airstrike demolishing Iran's consulate in Syria earlier this week, yesterday, in fact. And so, again, it's so many different ways that you can tie that into our national security interests, that whole region. So, interesting interview.
Absolutely. And thanks for doing that.
Yeah, you bet.
That was good stuff. It's good
Thank
stuff.
you.
Thanks for his team getting all the testing done too. Because I know that was the biggest question was, is it going to work? Because I remember the last time we talked to him, we had some technical difficulties.
If you remember the last time, and we do this sometimes, and we have a video platform that it can be a little bit finicky depending on what operating system you have. So it's not the fault of people who are trying to use it. It's just the different computer companies don't often cooperate with each other. So it worked. We got it. There it was.
There it was. And we've got a lot of other things going on as well. Let's get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a moment. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
I occasionally have nerve discomfort in my hands, so the things
Nice.
What
nice
you call
check in with?
What you call the booth?
Oh, the grid.
The grid.
Yeah, because you got the sound stuff, and it's very rectangular grid like, and I think calling it the grid. I
like
believe that is a Tron reference that you go to the grid.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, that's what the thing was called. By the way, Tron, if you've never watched Tron Legacy, that is the sequel to Tron that came out 2010. Worth watching. Disney Plus. Go check it out. What do we got?
Just looking at Jeff's comment on the interview.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
Okay.
Moody on the Market update now
on 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, you can find it at moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Our team of contributors always own it, giving you information about so many great things. And your update is brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
And one of the business updates we wanted to provide you is about Whirlpool Corporation. They've officially closed on their transaction, transferring most of their European business operations to a new company venture that they formed with a Turkish multinational home appliance manufacturer, Arçelik, owner of the appliance brands Beko and Grundig. Back on March 7th of this year, the parties received final regulatory approval from the UK Competition and Markets Authority, the final approval they needed for closing. And as of yesterday, the parties closed on that European transaction and a separate sale related to Whirlpool Corporation's Middle East and Africa interests.
So we heard from a spokesperson from Whirlpool Corporation said they can confirm the Whirlpool Corporation has completed its agreement with Arçelik to create a newly formed European appliance company, in which Whirlpool will own 25% and Arçelik 75%. With the finalization of the agreement, they expect to share more information in the coming hours. And the company disclosed back in 2023, the Whirlpool Corporation entered into that agreement with Arçelik, which I've never heard of Arçelik, but that sounds like their
well, I mean, if you're in
companies.
If you're in Turkey, you know them.
Okay. The great Turkey name. In which they will each contribute their respective European major domestic appliance business operations into a newly formed European appliance company. This is pretty cool.
Yeah, and so when we broke the news yesterday, the company was getting ready to put out more information, but they hadn't had it prepared yet. We got their news release, I think, around 2 this morning.
What's the name of the company going to be called?
Yeah, it's a great question. Beko Europe BV.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I was going to call it Whirlslick or Arçepool.
That is a great idea. Unfortunately, a little late to the party there. They already picked a name. Otherwise, they would have considered what you said.
Arçepool.
But Mark Bitzer, the chairman and CEO of Whirlpool Corporation, said the completion of this transaction highlights their significant progress to transforming into a higher growth, higher margin business, which is probably what every company wants to be. As a more focused and agile company, he says they're well positioned to drive value and further their commitment to improving life at home.
Cool.
So that was the follow up to the announcement there.
Very nice.
Yeah. So interesting information. You can read that full article, and we'll update it with the latest information at moodyonthemarket.com.
Now I'm gonna go Google and see if I can't get some Beco or Grundig appliances sent over to me.
Grundig. I seem to remember Grundig radios.
Ooh.
I wonder if that was part of their thing, their
That was
heritage.
grunge.
Well, there's also grunge.
Grundig. Ooh,
grunge music.
You never know. I'm curious now. Now seeing this, you enlighten yourselves on what's happening around the world about new companies and things like that. So I might have to check that out.
Yeah.
All right. Check out that story and more at moodyonthemarket.com. Your update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
Rich Brand and Tarek Halsey of IMS Insurance Management Service, your local auto owner.
Grundig.
Yeah, and Beco. Whirlpool also said that after this transaction, because they've been doing a lot of stuff with regard to what they've done in India, what they've done in the rest of Asia around China, what they've done in Russia. So reducing kind of their physical footprint. They've had a lot of intellectual agreements happening. So they're focusing, they say, on their positions in the Americas and in India with its number one share position in the major domestic appliance businesses for both North and South America. They also say new products, including those from the higher margin KitchenAid small domestic appliance business, expected to continue to be a key driver for both share and profit growth. So a little bit, not a little bit, a lot of transformation happening at that company headquartered in Benton Harbor.
And you were right. Grundig is a radio company.
Hey, look at that.
That's one of the things they do. If I Googled Grundig, that's the first things that pop up is radios.
Yeah. Fancy radios, right? Some of them.
Especially the classic ones, but they've got all kinds of, they make appliances, personal care products, all kinds of different things under the Grundig company. But if you Google image search just Grundig, you'll find first few things are some really cool radios. I think I might have one of these because I have a radio from Germany.
Yeah.
That sits in my office every day. So I'm going to look and check and see what the company name is on there. Maybe it might be Grundig.
I've always had an affinity for Grundig products.
Nice. Do you have a Grundig product?
I've had a Grundig radio in the past, but I don't know where it is right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some of these look like the one I have. So I will, I'll do some research on that and let you know. But that about does it for us for today. You guys have a great day.
On the
Thanks
live
for
stream.
stopping by and hanging out for the live stream.
Yeah, keep listening. You got us on your app. It's right here on your app.
That's the back of your phone, Ken. That's not the. Oh, yeah. There you go. There you
That's the front of my phone.
All right. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you soon.